Hey y'all, hey. I am a little deflated because apparently TikTok is not going to let me be great today. So instead of just doing it live through the TikTok app, I'm making this quick video. So excuse the lack of energy because I have done this twice now and none of my videos are uploading. So we're going to see what happens here. Of course, we're talking about the Kountry Wayne Skits, okay? We haven't seen them in a while, at least the Amber Anthony Shayla line. So I am going to do a quick overall of the three videos that I've seen this morning. Um, Last we spoke about them, we know that Brittany placed a GPS tracker, okay? And they were going to start watching that or doing whatever she does with that. Well, today I woke up to a video that showed Anthony and Amber leaving the doctor's office. Shayla cried boo-hoo because she feels like the nurses are watching her because they notice a ring on Anthony's finger, but she ain't got no ring. I don't have a ring. And they know this, okay? And they talk about, girl, they was talking about you before then. Anyhow, so he was like, you know what? I'll just take my ring off when we go to the doctor's office. So, look, doctor's office, no ring, no problem. No, that's not going to cause the problem because taking off the ring does not keep you from being married or mess around with her best friend or possibly being the baby's father. Anyway, so they're getting in the car. They put the baby in the car, and Brittany and Amber roll up. And I'm telling you, before the car even stopped good enough, Amber is jumping out as she's hollering and screaming and hollering at Anthony. And, what are you doing here? Is that your baby? Is that your baby? And he's hollering and screaming as well. That's not my baby. No, it's not my baby. I mean, and Shayla's standing behind him. I don't even know what she's going through right now because I'm thinking, I know we discussed that, for Kai's protection, we're going to say that the baby is not his so that he doesn't have to go through. The boy's a baby. He can barely keep a sock on his foot. You gotta see the video. Like he cares. Anyway, but I don't know how many times I'm gonna be standing there and having him say that baby ain't his, that baby ain't his, and now he's screaming it to the rooftops. And people 6 feet under can hear him say, "That's not my baby. I'm just helping her out, taking her to the doctor's office." First of all, she got a car. She got a car with a car seat. She knows how to drive because she's done it before. You know how she used to go back and forth to your house and Amber's house, go hang out with. She got a car. Why you got a driver? Why of all people? Now that y'all know that the story is out that y'all had been hooking up. If you listen to Anthony, y'all had been hooking up for a couple of times, okay? Depending on who you ask, it only happened a couple of times. She's telling people, she's even told one person that was the baby's father. In any case, out of all this, and he's talking about getting a divorce, y'all don't think, why would you ask him to take you anywhere? I wouldn't ask him to take me seriously. Okay? So it's like, all right, yeah, whatever. Now, Amber is going back and forth. He's hollering at Brittany, and Amber's like, don't you talk to my friend like that? And he's like, don't you talk to me like that? She gets up in his face. She said, I'm talking to you like that. I'm talking to you like that. What are you going to do? And she almost wanted to smack Shayla, but she couldn't get to her. And she was like, you know what? You stupid. And about your stupid baby. And it was something. It really was something to watch. It was really good to watch. And Brittany was like, that's all right. We got you. That's all right. We got you. So eventually this chaotic mess, calms itself down. Brittany gets Amber back in the car. They drive off. And then Anthony and Shayla go their separate ways. And then the next video that you see, Dalen, who has been missing for a while, is back, and he's in a coffee shop, pastry shop, donut shop, whatever. He's having a glazed donut. I would kill for a glazed donut right now. I did have a Pop-Tart. Anyway, glazed donut and some orange juice. And Anthony's telling Dalen all that happened. And she just jumped out the car, fussing and screaming and hollering, pointing fingers in her face. She trying to fight Shayla. She trying to fight me, all this other kind of stuff. And Dalen is listening to it going like, wow, oh my God, but... As if it's like, well, yeah, she pretty much got a reason to, right? Can you blame her? Basically, is the way he's looking at her. He said, but he said, well, why did she even know I was at the doctor's office? So then he said, maybe your phone location is on or something. So Anthony checks his phone, finds out his locations are off or anything else like that. But I was so waiting for him to check his Ring camera app so he can go back to the day and the day that Brittany put the tracker on his car, right? Because Dalen didn't put that bug in your head. You been followed, somebody tracking you or whatever. His brain never went past that, okay? Because you know what? Then he said, well, maybe somebody followed him. And then Anthony, who's being Anthony, is like, yeah, well, no, I drive a Porsche. And I'm paraphrasing. I drive a Porsche. If they can't keep up with my car, so they can't be following me. Dude, you ain't going fast enough in the city streets to be not followed. I could have been behind you and called Brittany and say, yeah, he just pulled up at the doctor's office. Where's Shayla and the baby? Yep, they still here. You don't know? Now, if you was going down a straight road 75 miles an hour and I was behind you going 75 miles an hour, you might want to wonder why I'm behind you going 75 miles an hour. Could I be following you? But you're in the city streets, dude. There's stop signs, yield signs, lights. No turn on reds. Anybody could have been behind you, going in the same direction you're going. Duh. Anyway, Dalen puts it in his mind that you probably got something in your car. There's a tracker or something on your car. Really? You think so? She would. No. And Dalen's like, really? Really? PIs do it all the time. So Dalen offers up his guy who could get it done like now, And Anthony, being Anthony, who's full of Anthony, who loves only Anthony, says, "Oh no, I take my car to the Porsche dealership. I'll just get it." And Dalen says, "You think you're gonna take your car to the Porsche dealership with no appointment and tell them to check your car out because your wife is following you?" Dude, really? Let my guy do it. He can do it. He can do it today. He can do it right now. So eventually, talks him into it, and they go. The last video that I saw. And like I said, excuse my enthusiasm because when I first saw it, I was, in any case, y'all still getting the juice. Okay. They pull up and they're there and the guy pulls up with Anthony's car. And they was like, okay, what do you go? The first guy says, I love your car, man. It's nice. Yeah. And he has to peel himself out because he's a big one in a little bitty car. Okay. So he says, I like your car. It's nice. And like, yeah, thanks, man. What do you find? What do you find? He said, well, I want to show you something that you need to see. So he gets them at the front wheel of the car and he says, you see that thing back there, little quarter size? And you see this little black, it looks sort of like this. That's my, Freestyle Libre. But it's black. And he said, yeah, but a quarter size? He said, yeah. He said, that's your tracker. And he said, but I didn't want to touch it. So can you take that off for me? So Anthony reaches in and he takes it off. And he was like, what is this? He said, it's a tracker. And Dalen was like, I told you, So the dude says, well, and Anthony looks so lost. The dude says, not only can they tell where you are, like right now, they can tell where you've been. And when he said that, Anthony was like, because I think he's remembering every place he's been in the last 2-3 days, right? And I'm like, aha. So even if you can get her for putting it on there, because it's a Lego. But she gonna know where you been, the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth, back and forth that you've been doing since she put that on your car. Okay. So now he knows he's been tracked. He gave the tracker to Dalen because Dalen said he was gonna take care of it. Why did you just put it to the ground and put boot to it? Why did you just do that? You would have got rid of it, right? Or kept it and tried to find a way to track Brittany so she can know I got you putting on this thing on my car illegally. No, he didn't do that. He didn't throw it in the street so some other car could run over it or even put it on another car, which is illegal. But no, he gave it to Dalen. Dalen said he gonna take care of it. He puts it in his pocket, right? And why Dalen check his car for a tracker? Who following you, Dalen? Who tracking you? Come here, let me tell you. Nobody. We was looking for you for the last few days, but ain't nobody got a tracker on your car, dude. But here's my prediction. And then I'm going to go about my business and wait for the next video. Okay. And hopefully TikTok will allow me to do what I need to do. But I predict that Dalen is going to call Brittany. He going to call Brittany and confront her. He going to try to check her on doing this to his boy, right? His boy. And he's going to say, why you do that? And then it's going to be like, they going to get into an argument or whatever. And it's going to be about, that's your boy. You always got his back even when he doing wrong. And I thought Dalen cared about Amber, but so they're going to know he got the tracker. It don't really matter because like the guy said, they know where you were and they know where you've been. So I'm sure she has been tracking him from the moment she put it on the car. She's got records of where he's been, which is probably back and forth between Pierre and Shayla. Pierre and Shayla. Both of which, you really going through a divorce, you don't need to be around no other women, but there it is. So we're going to see what's going to happen next. Hopefully TikTok will let me get back in there and pop my videos because I'm not sure why they're not uploading or whatever, but we'll see. And I will see you guys later. Bye.